Na 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 na. Okay, welcome guys to In the Pressbox episode 47. Roll the music. All right, you guys. Today's topics on In the Pressbox Football Frenzy is the Titans rebuild, massive matchups in college football, and MLS Decision Day. My name is Benjamin, and you guys are?
Aiden.
And howdy, it's Alex Christopher Lee.
Alex, what you got to say here?
Okay,
Do you have some news?
Brand new news to me. Alabama's favorited 76% to win. That is just absolutely disgusting.
Disrespectful.
They just don't know what they're talking about.
That's disrespectful. We'll get into that. You guys, I don't know about y'all, but I am fired up for this weekend. I mean, college football, in each time slot, there's a great matchup along with the NFL. Let's talk about it. Let's first talk about the Titans. The Titans are an absolute disaster and a terrible show of a franchise, in my opinion, right now. But at least, what did we say on the last episode? I said, well, if we lose, at least we know the direction. You guys, it's the begging question. Is it time for the Titans to officially tear it down and rebuild? Yes or no? Let's start off with Aiden. Aiden, do the Titans rebuild? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah, after the Titans rebuild, they definitely need a new quarterback. Obviously, Ryan Tannehill, from the past 6 games, just proves that he's just not a good starting quarterback anymore. He's not the same as he was in 2019 when he had A.J. Brown. He's just not the same no more. And I think not even the quarterback position. There's a lot of other things you can fix. I mean, at the end of the year, we don't even know if Derrick Henry is going to be a Tennessee Titan. He could get traded in the trade deadline. And I think, we got Spears in there as a running back. So as a running back right now, I think we should be fine. It's not our most worries, but definitely we need some improvement on the O-line side as well, because they just can't block, and Ryan Tannehill is just being sacked way too much, or pressured at least way too much. And that's one reason why he just can't, because Ryan Tannehill sucks when he's under pressure, because he just takes the ball, tucks it in, gets sat. He can't make a good decision whether or not to throw it out of bounds or whether or not he needs to make a play down the field. And then for receivers, we need to stop getting injured. Traylon Burks, obviously, he's getting injured. It's not his fault maybe, but it's just we need more depth then. I think that's what it just shows. It shows that DeAndre Hopkins can't do it by himself. We need to build a little bit more wide receivers that are not the high elite, but at least better enough to be a good, reliable wide receiver too when all of our other ones are injured. And then on the defensive side, we need a little bit more help on the D-line. Obviously, Jeffrey Simmons is good enough, but there's a few little key people that could be in there, and I think that we need, and I think just a lot of improvements, and that's my overall thoughts.
Wow, let Aiden cook right there. Aiden with the massive...
Yeah, cooking unlike Brady Cook on Missouri.
It's a full breakdown. Alex, what do you got to say? Titans rebuild, yes or no?
50% rebuild. I think we keep Jeffrey Simmons, Byard, and Derrick Henry, and DeAndre Hopkins. And the rest, they're on, besides rookies and young players, the rest are on the hot seat. We just got to trade out and deal out and see what we can get, whether they're draft, O-lines, D-lines, or who knows, potential superstars in the making. And that's what football is. You get superstars in the making for some crappy players in the trade deadline. Trade deadline is really a big time in NFL, and we're getting closer to closer every second. And you are watching this, you are closer to trade deadline than what we are right now, unless if you watch it after trade deadline, and then you have a whole year, and we're technically closer. But if you're watching this before trade deadline, you are closer. And who knows, Tennessee Titans may be just on an absolute tear since this podcast started, or they just may not have absolutely won a game yet. We do not know, and their bye is this week, I believe. So, right? The bye is this week, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, you have 2 weeks until the Titans play.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on it. Yes, it's time to rebuild. No 50% rebuild, because you cannot mess up on a generational quarterback class and a generational draft class that we have upcoming. We have elite players at the quarterback position. The class is so deep. listen just a second when I name off some of these players that I think all of them could be potential franchise players. We have Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Joe Milton, all sorts of players like that. Caleb Williams, maybe if he gets his ego together.
Drake
But
May.
here's the thing. The Titans have got to rebuild. I'm tired of this. The only player that stays is Jeffrey Simmons. The rest are on the chopping block. Trade Henry while you can.
No.
Kevin Byard, I don't want you to go. You're on the chopping block. DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, just let you know, fun fact, we live in a city right outside of Nashville, and Kevin Byard is really known around here. He is the mayor. I'll just go ahead and say the city because it's a pretty big city. Murfreesboro. He is known, his nickname is Mayor Murfreesboro. He has the key to Murfreesboro, and he actually plans on being the mayor after his football career. And so people in Murfreesboro have a big connection and love Kevin Byard. He, playing at NCSU, there's college in Murfreesboro, and people around him really love Kevin Byard, and that's why I do too.
Yeah, well, so that was a big reaction right there. You sound like someone from like Zootopia. I don't know what that was, but long story short, let me get back to what I'm trying to say here. Everybody's on the chopping block minus Jeffrey Simmons because we just extended Jeffrey Simmons, and that makes no sense. Tannehill, your career is done. You're not starting again. Will Levis, we'll see what we got out of you. You've got to be great because if you aren't great, you're done. Malik Willis, chance came and flew away. You're absolutely terrible with decision making, in my opinion. What else do we have here? I mean, everybody's on the chopping block, in my opinion. Derrick Henry, we have to trade. I hate to say it. Derrick Henry for sure, because Derrick Henry's 30 years old. We can still get a lot. And I want him to go to a contender before he retires so he can get a Super Bowl. Trade him somewhere where he'll actually be treated nicely and go win something. Mike Vrabel, you're on the hot seat, in my opinion.
Ooh.
You're too reluctant. I know, that's the hot take of the podcast. Mike Vrabel would be on the hot seat, in my opinion. Mike Vrabel is too reluctant to make changes. He's too old school. I can't see him. He thinks he's Belichick. He's not. Here's an example of that. The Ravens flew into London on Monday. Mike Vrabel, when all the other people were saying, hey, Mike, here's what we'd advise. Please fly in on Monday. He's decided, nope, we're not going to do that. Despite all the previous evidence and freaking the Jaguars, who you might as well call them the London Jaguars because they inhabit London all the time. Here's the thing. He says to everybody, nope, I don't want to. I'm not going to do that. Well, too bad because it didn't end up working. You got stubborn. We lost the game. We look tired. And I'm done. So, Mike Vrabel, you're on the hot seat. The coaching staff is on the hot seat. The only two people in this organization who are not on the hot seat, in my opinion, is Rand Carthon and Jeffrey Simmons. The rest of them, you can kiss them goodbye. That's my final thoughts. Time to rebuild. Really, though, I love everybody here. I love the organization. I love these players. There's players that I don't want to see go. I love Kevin Byard on a real note. I love Derrick Henry on a real note. But I just think it's strictly business. So that's my thoughts. I don't know. Also, you guys, I got to ask, are you guys on the train? We got to see Malik Willis. Are you guys on the train of Malik Willis, or are you on the Will Levis train? Which one? Let's start off with Alex.
Malik Willis.
Aiden?
I would say Will Levis because Malik Willis, he really didn't do that much last game. I know he kind of got in there kind of for like 2 or 3 drives there at the end, not that much. But what he did show so far is that kind of the same as last year's where he just can't. I feel like he's just not ready as a starting quarterback, and he doesn't know. I guess he can't get as many chances as hopefully he may get because I feel like there's eventually a time where you say there's too many chances, you gotta let it go, and you gotta try something else, which is Will Levis in there. If that doesn't work, then I don't know. I don't think it will work because I just don't think anything here is good for the Titans in their quarterback room right now.
I mean, I have no hope in
Will Levis could be good. I don't know. We'll see because he hasn't got a chance yet, so we'll see.
I have no hope in this season, you guys. I mean, this is just it's terrible. If I had to pick Malik Willis or Will Levis, man, that's really tough right there. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm rocking with my guy Malik because even though he made maybe some of the dumbest football plays I think I've ever seen someone make, like that one play where he just decides to turn back and run inbounds. I've never seen that. If he can just learn to get rid of the ball, I actually think he could be half decent for the rest of the year. But I mean, there's no shame in trying Will Levis. I just think if he has lost the job to Malik Willis and has been inactive for like 5 weeks and like doesn't get any reps, I just don't see how Will Levis is going to be the absolute, perfect player. Then again, though, you never know in the NFL. Anything can happen, and there's no shame in trying him out. So I guess overall, I would be in favor for starting Will Levis and then immediately put in Malik if he's not good.
I know you said who you thought currently on now, but let's just think away from that. Think about we had to get someone else quarterback. Are you thinking we're going to get a trade or right now our spot in the draft, thinking if you think it's going to be lower or higher? Who do you expect Titans are going to replace Ryan Tannehill that is not currently on the team?
Cam Newton. I'm joking. Not Cam Newton. Honestly, you guys, we should have... I never thought I would say this on the podcast. We should have never gotten rid of Dobbs. Dobbs was phenomenal, considering. I don't... You know what, Alex? I don't actually know.
I think Penix, whatever his name is.
Penix. I don't know.
I think
for some reason when I think about it, I just doesn't mean it's the one that I would choose. I just for some reason keep on seeing Bo Nix as a Titan, and I don't know why. I see Bo Nix as a Titan and Marvin Harrison Jr. That's just what I see. But I could also see Penix. I think it's so early to talk about it. In terms of if we would ever to add a quarterback, just because like Malik and Will Levis aren't good enough. Honestly, if we could bring back Josh Dobbs, I would absolutely love that.
Over
Joe Flacco?
Over Penix.
Well, no, but Penix we have to wait to draft. I'm just saying, like for this season.
Oh, trade.
Yeah, for the draft, I was just saying I have no idea. In terms of this season, maybe we can like bring in like a free agent, like Joe. You know what? What about Russell Wilson? How about that? Would you take Russell Wilson?
I would.
I would take him for the rest of the season. Well, actually, I don't know. Actually, because of financials, I don't know how that works. I don't know, Aiden. What do you think?
For what? The quarterback?
All right, let's just move on.
On trading?
What? Yeah. Quick question. Quick question, you guys. Really quick. Who are the best teams in the NFL?
The 49ers and the Eagles.
Okay. I agree with that. Alex, who do you think are the best teams in the
Dolphins,
NFL?
the Eagles, the Lions, the 49ers, and then the Eagles.
I think it's the Lions, the 49ers, the Dolphins, the Eagles, and then the Cowboys. That's just my thoughts. Let's move on. Are we ready to move on to college football, or is there any final thoughts?
I think we can move on.
Okay, let's talk about something that gives maybe some more potential hope on the horizon. Kind of lighten up here. Massive matchups in college football, you guys. Ohio State and Penn State in a top 10 matchup. Florida State and Duke and Tallahassee. Late night there on ABC. And then the big one, Tennessee and Alabama. Massive matchup. All right, you guys, let's take a look at each of these matchups here. We got Ohio State and Penn State. Both of these teams have been pretty good. They've both coming off of blowout wins here. Who do you guys not see winning, but what are you guys seeing being a big factor in this matchup? I personally see Marvin Harrison Jr. being the biggest thing that this Penn State team needs to worry about. What do you guys see?
I also see Marvin Harrison Jr. as a big threat and can potentially be a game changer both sides, or not both sides of the game, but both teams there needs to be on the lookout and get him involved, and for the Penn State stop him from getting involved.
Aiden?
I think it's the Marvin whatever guy that's going to be the biggest threat.
Okay, let's move on. Duke and Florida State. Big matchup here. Night game on ABC, Saturday night primetime. I don't know if Duke does Duke have their quarterback? Do you guys know by chance? Leonard?
I think maybe they could get Missouri's punter.
Nah, that's a play. Now that's a player that I could see the Titans getting is Riley Leonard, the Duke quarterback. That's actually another good player.
Did you see the Missouri's punter throw? They did
No,
a
I
fake
didn't.
punt.
I didn't actually.
They did a fake punt and it was like a 50-yard throw, right on the money.
I didn't see that. Missouri's kind of sneaky good. I mean, that's maybe the most shocking team in college football to me. What do you guys think about Florida State and Duke? Florida State looks pretty good, but they haven't won in the most convincing fashion. Do you think Duke will give them a tough time? Let's start off with Aiden. Aiden, will Duke be a challenge to Florida State?
No, I don't think Duke is enough challenge for Florida State, and I think Florida State's going to easily win. Or not easily win, but they're going to win barely again. But I don't think Duke is the one to challenge them enough. I think they need a harder challenge, and I think Duke is not on a good enough level to challenge Florida State, which I think they definitely could be. But for what I see, I don't think Duke's going to give them enough challenge, and I think Florida State could get an easy win here. Or not easy win, but a win that they can possibly.
I know you said your hot take was hot, but this is going to be hotter. Florida State is the number one team in my opinion, and Duke has no shot at this.
Wow. That's pretty interesting right there. All right, but you guys, we all know those two matchups, you can brush those aside. Let's talk about the real matchup, Tennessee and Alabama. You got Alabama playing at home. You got Tennessee on the road here. Last year, obviously, we know that signature win for Tennessee, making Vols fans
52-49. 52-49.
What do you think could transpire in this game? Because we clearly know who both of you guys are picking. Now, there's no question on that. What do you think Tennessee needs to do to win this game? And what is your prediction for Joe Milton in this game? Let's start off with Aiden, and then Alex, you can crescendo us. Aiden, what do you see Joe Milton doing in this game, and what does Tennessee need to do to win this game, given the fact that there is a 76% chance they're going to lose?
Bounce back. I think that's the biggest thing for Joe Milton is bouncing back, and I think he will have a bounce back game from what he's basically performed beginning of this whole season. I think he is he's underachieved my expectations and Alex's expectations. He's not a Heisman level quarterback as what we've seen right now. If he keeps playing like he plays right now, he won't be a Heisman, and I think he will be a 4th round draft pick. So currently,
Whoa. Wait, time out. You thought you were going to get away with that. Can you repeat that? You said Joe Milton will not be a Heisman and a what draft pick?
a early 4th round draft pick.
Wow.
Because he hasn't proved that he can win a game. He can't win a game where he can't be a quarterback where I can't think Tennessee's going to win or lose because
Aiden, Joe Milton just got named Jason Witten Man of the Year award finalist, so I don't want to hear it from you.
Well, right now for Tennessee, whoever their opponent, I can't tell if they're going to win or lose. For Texas A&M, I thought they were going to win, and they did win, but they won by a touchdown. And then Ball State.
Guys, this is not scripted. Just for the people listening at home,
this is
real.
If you think Tennessee is a team that you think is just going to get easy wins, they're not. And I think it starts with Joe Milton. I think he needs to bounce back because he hasn't performed well enough. He's thrown stupid interceptions, and that one interception he threw in the end zone late in the game, that could have sealed the game, but it didn't because they ended up getting the ball. I mean, luckily they didn't really score, but I mean, that could, if it was any other team, that could potentially be Alabama or Georgia. That's not going to happen because if it does, we're going to end up losing. And I think if he bounces back, and I think he will bounce back. Here's my prediction. I think he will bounce back. He's going to be good. He's going to be that Heisman level, and everyone's going to be quiet, and even I will shut up about it. But for right now, he hasn't performed as my expectations. My expectations were high. I thought he would be a Heisman too. So maybe if your expectation is what you thought, I don't know. But for overall, I feel like he's going to bounce back, and it's going to prove how good Tennessee is by beating Alabama, and it just put a statement. But if he plays like he did the first season, I don't see it. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Joe Milton, he needs to have a bounce back game from the first.
Okay. Well, first of all, before Alex starts telling
us, shut me up, huh?
Before Alex starts saying stuff, you know, I mean, I just gotta say, this is monumental right here on the podcast. What did I say before the season? I said just be patient. Don't get caught up in, oh, he's the Manning Award winner. He can throw a 98 mile per hour fastball. He can chuck a ball 100 yards. Don't get caught up. Just watch.
And do all those and run.
Exactly, but just watch what he does on the football field. When the lights get bright, when there's pressure situations, he crumbles. The one pressure situation this year that he faced, where he was really under pressure to start performing in a raucous environment on the road, not at home, on the road. Put that in all caps if someone CCs or translates this. On the road was in Florida. He didn't get the job done. Now, the refs didn't help. We've been over this so many times. The refs didn't even allow you guys back in the game. But at least the first half was not good, and he showed no signs of bouncing back and threw arm punts. So my issue is there even stuff to bounce back from my opinion? Because I was like, this is what I already saw happening, and it's already happening. But with that being said, I see Joe Milton having a big game. I see Joe Milton having a Heisman-worthy game. And I see Tennessee turning things around. They just had their bye. They're rested. You know Heupel got those guys really kind of regrouping, rejuvenating themselves. And I see this being the signature game to launch and propel Tennessee and Joe Milton into a stratosphere into the top 10. That's my thoughts. This is Joe Milton's turnaround game, and this is Tennessee's bounce-back game. Alex, now you can talk.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before Alex talks, I'm going to shush him really quick. So do you agree with me, or are we kind of like on the same thing where we think he's going to have a bounce-back game that's going to be really good? Or?
We're on the same page. The only thing is that before this season, I didn't get caught up in the hype like he was going to win the Heisman. I knew this was going to happen from the start.
Well, see, now, I'm a Tennessee fan, so maybe that's it. Like.
That's what I've been trying to say.
But you did say, I think you did. Did you say Colorado? I don't know. Did you think? Were you on the Colorado hype?
I was not. Okay, hold on. I was
more than me and Alex.
No. Hold on. No, okay. You and Alex were completely off of the hype train. I was like, kind of mingling.
No, you were on the Nebraska and Colorado.
Well, I was totally on the Nebraska hype train. Colorado.
Yeah, you should have said Colorado face when you're right behind them.
Hold on, Colorado. I wasn't willing to like fully hate on, but I wasn't ever like saying, okay, these guys are gonna win the Heisman and like the championship or anything. I never said that, but I wasn't saying like, okay, they're gonna be absolutely trash and they're crazy overhyped. But the Nebraska hype train, yes, I was completely on. And I will admit that.
So I just want to say all that stuff because now we can get on to Alex's never-ending thing about Tennessee. Take it away.
Okay, so before I start, I just want to get like some trivia questions just going. So y'all can talk one more time before I get on my long burst. Who has the number 2? Who has the second longest rushing yard as a QB? Second longest rush as a quarterback?
Joe Milton.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Caleb Williams?
Um.
Oh, wait, this season or of all time?
This season.
Oh. Because I was going to say maybe like Michael Vick if it was all time. I mean, I have no idea. Drake May?
Yeah. It is Louisiana's quarterback.
Jaden Daniels?
No, Louisiana, not Louisiana State.
Oh.
Zion Chris, who has number 1, and
Joe
how many
Joe,
yards is it?
Joe Milton, 86 yards.
84. Number 1 quarterback, longest rush. So I don't want to hear it from you, Benjamin.
I mean, yeah, he can run 84 yards against, like, what was it, UTSA or something?
You have to start off the game. And UCSA is not a bad team.
UTSA. Y'all, hold on. I'm not. That can't fly. Let me look up UTSA. Continue on. I'm just gonna be looking around in the background. Oh wait, UTSA actually isn't bad. Oh man. Oh. Okay, continue on, Alex.
Okay, Alabama is absolutely trash. Joe Milton is not going to have a bounce back game because there's nothing for him to bounce back. He is going to turn this season around. He's going to be the Orange Bowl Joe Milton that everyone knows, the Michigan quarterback. And whatever Aiden says, he's just absolutely delusional. He does not know anything about the draft. And it absolutely embarrasses SEC as an entire whole when they do not put Joe Milton even as a top 10 quarterback. And that is absolutely stupid, delusional, and dumb. It is absolutely inappropriate behavior. And it is almost impeccable to me. And getting on to basketball too, we are just dominant in SEC, and we're number 1 in SEC preseason polls. And Joe Milton should also be like that, the number 1, because Chase McGrath, I know he's not there, but he'll be there with us in spirit. He will kick the game-winning final field goal for the fans to rush the field as the orange lights, as the pylons come down, as the cigars are smoked, and amen, and singing hallelujah like Tommy Spalding. I will scream hallelujah, and Joe Milton will carry this team, no interception for the rest of this year. No matter what the cause is, he is smarter with the ball academically and football knowledgeably. And that is what I had to say. I'm everyone besides junior, so hallelujah. And Benjamin, you're a senior, so
Amen. Hey Alex, I have a question for you.
what?
Can you name where you see Joe Milton being picked? Just like what number? And round.
Are you good at math?
Somewhat.
What's 84 minus 20
64.
minus 63?
1.
Yeah, you're right.
You see him being the first pick in the draft?
Yeah, the first pick in the first round.
Aiden, what do you have to say about that? Aiden, do you agree first pick in the draft for Joe Milton?
No.
I have no comments on that.
Well,
this is very interesting. So let me just break down what I'm just kind of watching from afar over here. I'm watching one person here is saying they're on the Tennessee train, they're on the Joe Milton train. The other one who used to be on the train has now hopped off the train and is now not so sure, but is saying that he's going to be back on the train after the game. And I've just been over here just kind of like trying to kind of like meandering and contemplating and thinking, and I'm trying to think of some more of like my Membeam words, whatever it is. But oh man, I actually got to do my Membeam. I got to think about that. Okay, but I've been thinking, right? What's going on? What's going on here? Because I honestly have not seen all of the Vols games. So honestly, I cannot be talking about this. Alex, do you see the Vols winning comfortably? Because Alabama's not good, and I've seen a lot of the Alabama games. Is
What?
Alex even there?
What?
Do you see how much do you see the Vols winning by?
You get a math.
Yep.
83 minus 0.
So 83.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And what do you see the Vols winning by?
I see them winning by 2 touchdowns. I don't know what score, but 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Can we move on to MLS really quick and then we'll do predictions? What do I see? I have no comment.
Okay.
But I go Vols by 5.
That's a little weird. It's like a safety and like a field goal.
I mean, it is kind of like the safe choice. I think the Vols actually really could be good. I think this game could like really kickstart their season. I'm like actually not even just saying that. I really do. Can we talk MLS really quick and then go to predictions?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it. So MLS, you got decision day upcoming. Messi's not playing for Miami. By the way, really quick, Neymar Jr. You guys know who Neymar is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see he tore his ACL and his meniscus?
Yes.
Oh man.
Coffee.
Oh yeah. I mean that is just it's terrible. You hate to see it. National SC made the playoffs. They got a big game against the Red Bulls to potentially move up to 5th.
Hi.
Do you guys? How far do you see National SC making it in the playoffs?
I see Nashville SC going far. I see them actually doing good. What do you think, Benjamin?
Yeah, I could see National SC. I see us making it. I can see us making it pretty far too.
Why?
Maybe conference finals. Alex, what do you think?
Alex, what do you think?
First, kind of want to elaborate because I'm not too well as so I want you to explain more. So why do you think that?
Because I think that we have good defending. I think that we're a tough team to break down, and I think if Surge and Mukhtar can start combining like how they did on Saturday, we're going to be really tough to beat. I also think if we can get home field advantage, we're going to be extra tough to beat.
Why do we have such good defending?
It's because of players like Walker Zimmerman, Jack Mayer, Shaq Moore. They all do a really good job breaking down the offense and holding down the fort.
Why do we have those players?
Well, because we bought them.
Why do we buy them?
You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You're doing what we learned in Entrepreneur Club today, aren't you?
Yeah. I gotta ask 2 more questions.
Okay, all right. 2 more questions. Why do we buy them? Because they're good quality players and good people.
Why do we think they're good people?
Because they have proven that they are good people on and off the field through charity work. And if you look at Walker Zimmerman's footage,
Why do they do charity work?
Because they're good people.
Why are they good people? See,
I already answered that question.
you're just going back in a circle.
I answered that question though. Okay, but like seriously though, like Alex, like what do you think, and how far does National SC make it?
Round 2.
Round 2, and yeah, you know what? I respect that.
Is it a series? Isn't round 1 a series?
Round 1's like round 1 is like a series. Hey, really quick, does anybody know what like the baseball score is here with the Astros?
I think they're winning like 3-0. I can look.
Okay, just quickly update us, and then we can move on to predictions. Do we have any prediction standings updates?
5-2.
You have 2 updates?
5-2.
Oh, 5-2. Do we have any prediction standings updates?
No, I have not done it in the last 2 weeks. I forgot completely.
That's okay. We can do it later.
You can check that out on our link tree if you're watching on YouTube, and it also should be on the Spotify description. You can find our Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, prediction standings, and a good email. But if you want to contact us, the best way to get a hold of us is DMs on Instagram, just in the Pressbox Instagram. You can find that also on our link tree. Anything you would need, it's on our link tree. Just let us know. If any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments, Instagram, or even email us at tealeys5588@gmail.com if that's needed. So I will get that updated as soon as possible. But as far as standings, Aiden wasn't first and hasn't been updated in the last 2 weeks. But me and Benjamin know for sure that probably ain't changing anytime soon. It's just going to be in between me and Benjamin. Just going to guess and see who's going to get the punishment of eating. If I lose, I eat breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast.
I forgot about this.
And Benjamin eats breakfast for dinner.
So messed up.
It's gonna end. It's gonna end January 1st, or after the college football playoffs. So we're not. It's not gonna run into the NFL playoffs. It's just gonna end at college football playoffs.
By the way, Alex, I saw what you retweeted there. Wimby making people look silly. That is, yeah. I mean that's ridiculous, right there. Can we do the predictions though?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's roll predictions. Hey, for all those people watching at home and they're like, can these guys just try? Yes, we're trying, you guys. Alex and I are trying to figure out ways to beat Aiden. He's just kind of good, and
we just use our sports knowledge, and we know when upsets are going to happen and when upsets don't happen, and we know like the probability of it. We just get the probability wrong, and the ones that we don't think get right, and the ones we get right. So we have the same amount of underdogs winning as like it happens, but we just get the ones that are wrong. And somehow Aiden guessed and looked at ESPN probability, and ESPN knows a little bit more than us. Surprising.
Yep. Okay. Are you ready to start our predictions here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. Penn State and Ohio State. Massive top 10 matchup, number 7 at number 3. Who do you guys have winning this game?
I have Ohio State.
Ohio State.
I have Penn State. Does anybody want to wager?
I would like to.
I would love to.
How much? How about I'll wager 5 points with each of you guys?
Sure.
Okay, 10 points it is. Oklahoma and UCF. Who do you guys have?
I have Oklahoma.
Mother Teresa will be very proud of y'all, Oaks. I have Oklahoma.
I have Oklahoma as well. Tennessee and Alabama. Who do you have?
I have Tennessee.
I have your University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
I have Tennessee as well. Michigan and Michigan State. I have Michigan.
I have Michigan.
The Wolverines.
Okay.
Good ASMR.
If there's headphone users, what is going on? Duke and Florida State. I got Florida State.
I have Florida State.
When I copied it, it went to K-Sal, Florida State. Did that happen to y'all? Yeah. I have Florida State.
All right, let's move on to NFL now. Jaguars and the Saints. I don't think Trevor Lawrence may be playing, so I'm going to go with the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Alex, who are you going for?
This is messed up, so I'm trying to fix this. Saints versus Jaguars. I'm going Saints.
All right, Lions and Ravens. I have the Lions.
I have the Ravens. Alex, who do you have?
Ravens playing?
The Lions.
The Lions.
Aiden, do you want to wager?
Like 2 points?
Okay. Alex, do you want to wager that?
I'm only going to wager with Benjamin. That's the deal.
Okay. Falcons and Alex, are you going to wager?
No.
Okay. Falcons and the Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers.
I have the Buccaneers.
I have the Falcons.
Ooh, I'm kind of tempted to wager that.
I don't want to wager stuff you're thinking about it.
Okay, Chargers and the Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs really quick.
The Chiefs real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs on this one. I like the Mahomes and Kelsey combination. I have the Chiefs. Dolphins and the Eagles. Who you guys have in this one? This should be a awesome matchup in the NFL.
I have the Dolphins.
I have Mike McDaniel's Dolphins.
Yeah, I have the Dolphins too, so we're all rocking with the Dolphins. And finally in the NFL, 49ers and the Vikings. I have the 49ers.
I have the 49ers.
I have the 49ers, baby.
All right, let's go on. MLS Decision Day. Chicago Fire against New York City FC. Who do you have?
I have Chicago Fire.
I have your NYFC.
And I'll take the Chicago Fire in that one. A Houston Dynamo against the Portland Timbers. Who do you guys have?
I have the Houston Dynamo.
I know the song and by BTS or whatever it's called is called Dynamite, but I'm going Houston Dynamo.
I'm going with the Portland Timbers on this one. Montreal
Timbers.
Montreal Impact and Columbus Crew. Who do you have?
I have Columbus Crew.
Yep.
This is going to be a real impact on Decision Day and MLS playoffs, and that's why the Columbus will crew their way to a victory.
And I have Columbus Crew. I agree with all of you guys. And then the final prediction, New York Red Bulls versus Nashville SC. Give me Nashville SC.
I have Nashville SC.
New York will bring a lot of energy to Nashville, but will not be able to get the victory. Get it? Because New York Red Bulls, because that's a energy drink.
Like the energy drink, Red Bull. Yeah.
Was Red Bulls named off the energy drink, or was the energy drink named after Red Bulls?
I think it was named after didn't the person watch a Red Bull, watch a bull see red and go just berserk, so they named it Red Bull. You'll be berserk with energy.
I don't really know.
That was kind of a good joke though. So yeah, that's our thoughts in this week in sports. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. DM us on Instagram.
I want to say shout out to the person that made the thumbnail for this week, because usually I'd give shout outs to thumbnails people, but they quit. So I'm going to give it a shout out to this week's thumbnail maker, Dominic. Not going to drop full names just in case, but thanks for making the thumbnail.
Yes, thank you there.
Yeah, and I don't like taking credit for things that we didn't do. So yeah, thank you very much, and thank you, Aiden, for all the work you put in behind the scenes editing, and thank you, Benjamin, for things you do off the what's it called?
Air.
Off the thing, making the schedule, and you also be telling me thank you because I do.
And thank you for Alex for keeping up with predictions.
Alex did not have done it for the last 2 weeks because he forgot. But one thing I wanted to say, because Grant doesn't listen to this part of the podcast this way, he did make a few, the ones that I think episode 40, right? Episode 40 he made. So that one, just shout out to Grant. But he quit editing the podcast. He was a little bit delayed. That's why it was delayed some weeks. So you just got to give a little hate and a little bit of thanks. So that's what I want to say, because he's probably not going to listen. Also, Astros are not going to win. Go Rangers.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, the Astros are not going to win. Go Rangers. Rangers are good. Go Vols. If you got to pick any game this week, watch Tennessee versus Alabama. Like we done said, the title of the podcast, the thumbnail of the podcast. I'm Alex. It's a great day to be in the press box.
2:30 CBS. Go watch. Go Doors. Go Doors.
Guys, say it, Aiden, and Benjamin, say it with me. It's a great day to be in the press box. Guys, come on.
It's a great day to be in the press box.
In the press box.
Go Doors. Go Doors. Go Doors. Go Doors. Go Doors.
Go Vols.